The early hours of the morning are worth so much more than any other hour of the day. And that's why everyone wants you to wake up early. Like you always hear on the internet that waking up early, you'll be productive and all that. Like it's not a joke. Waking up at 6 a.m. really works because whenever you wake up, everyone else is just sleeping. You can literally do everything you have on your checklist. You can work out, you can record a video, you can do everything. You can play piano, like you can literally do everything in the morning. And by the time you're done, most people are only just waking up. You can get so much done because it's almost like waking up early is a commitment because you never hear of people who wake up at 6 a.m. but then they scroll on TikTok, like they get the phone out and scroll on TikTok. If you're waking up at 6 a.m., you're committing yourself to doing every day's work. Like every day you're gonna do the work, and that's what you're committing yourself to. If you wake up at like 8 or 9, you probably had a good night's sleep, but you're not productive. You're a little like tired in the morning, and that's exactly what I had as a kid. I would always wake up at around 9, 8, sometimes even 10 or 11, and you slept for like 12 hours, but you still feel tired. And as a side note, that's because you're actually supposed to go to sleep and wake up along with the sun, essentially. So waking up at 6 a.m. is actually good for you, especially since you can go outside, view the sun, and wake yourself up as well. And by view, I don't mean look straight in the sun, but you understand what I mean. I hope so. But you can just get so much done in the morning. Like the exact opposite of the morning hours would be probably from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. If you're up in those hours, what do you think you're doing? You're probably scrolling on TikTok, playing video games, probably maybe pulling an all-nighter for studying, but even then you'd probably be better off sleeping. Or you're at a party. And all of those you'd be better off not doing. Especially the all-nighter, you'd actually get a higher grade on whatever you want to by just going to sleep and getting a full night's sleep. But that's just an aside. You can get so much done in the morning. And it's worth so much more because you get everything done and then what, you're at 9, 10 o'clock in the morning and people are just now waking up, but you're literally done. You're essentially having like your lunch meal and you've done everything. You can, for the whole rest of the day, you can just throw it back, relax, like read a book, listen to a podcast. Like you're not under the stress of having to finish everything. And that's why it's so nice to wake up in the morning. And obviously, to wake up in the morning, you do have to go to bed earlier. But just for me, and I am a teenager, obviously, I go to bed at 9 p.m. and I wake up at 6:10, essentially, for school. And I have an alarm set for 7:20 on the weekends, but I wake up earlier than that. That's just a security measure, essentially, to make sure I wake up in the morning. And it's just so much useful than waking up at 8 or 9, even though, people say the same hours of the day. But you're just committing yourself to finishing everything early. You also feel so much more productive because I see that whenever I wake up, I don't have any brain fog essentially. I don't have anything in my way. I can wake up and immediately hit a workout. I can wake up and immediately get ready for the day. Meanwhile, as a kid, I would wake up at 8 or 9 on a weekend and I would be, oh my god. Like, I'd be lazing around. Like, it'd be hard for me to get out of bed on those days. Meanwhile, now I get out of bed essentially the moment I wake up. Like, I wake up, okay, time to get up. And get off the sheets and just get up. You just have to try it. Like, I can't explain it well enough that would mimic the power of waking up early. So just try it for a few nights. Go to bed a little earlier, an hour or two earlier, and just wake up earlier. I'm not saying wake up at 6 a.m., just a little bit earlier than you do. and you'll immediately notice the difference. Just trust me, I'm not kidding.